Hey guys, it's Meet at the Apple live. Vito Calisi, Jonathan Barron, and we're doing our first live guest, Reed Garrett, our buddy from the season.
Yes, sir.
Dude, how has your offseason been so far?
It's been great. Kind of slow, just kind of hanging out, spending time with family. But yeah, no complaints. It's been nice to spend time with them.
It's been an exciting time around here. I'm sure you guys have been paying attention.
That's right.
I'm wondering about the group chats. I mean, we all have group chats, the news breaking and everyone getting all excited, chatting. We got Clay Holmes coming, we got Frankie Montas, and of course, the big addition, Juan Soto. What's it like for you guys as teammates? You guys are all back at home right now in the offseason, but communicating and are you guys in the group chats getting all excited the way that we are?
I think our group chats are more just kind of like, hey, let's just catch up, see how everybody's doing. Not necessarily following the free agent stuff or trades or anything like that. Obviously, we all see it, and we get the opportunity to kind of react with our families and this around us. But it's more just kind of like checking in, see how our guys are doing, see if you guys want to fire up the Xbox.
I was going to ask about that. You beat me to it.
That's right. Yeah, fire it up and get a game party and see what we got.
So who's playing? Who's on the sticks?
I played with Alex Young a little bit.
Okay.
And during the season, we all played a bunch. So obviously everybody's got time, got stuff going on, Christmas, holidays. So it's been kind of tough to kind of figure it out. But yeah, we're working on it.
You were telling me before you guys are in the heat of your fantasy football playoffs.
Yep.
And you're a co-owner with?
Yes, David Peterson and I are. I'm vice president of football operations.
So how does this? So during the draft, who has the final say, and then who's making the start bench decisions on a weekly basis?
We check in with each other. Yeah,
okay.
So I guess David and I probably talk most of my teammates. But yeah, we check in right before either Thursday night football or Sunday morning before games start, and we kind of decide, kind of look at the matchups, be like, hey man, I feel like this is a good matchup, and but draft picks, I think we kind of worked together with it. I thought we had a great draft. Had some injuries, had some guys get banged up. Yeah, but we've been fighting. We're competing, so we're giving everything we got.
Who else is in the league?
Oh man, there's a bunch of guys. Nemo and Antoine have a team together.
So there's a lot of co-owner here.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Jeff and Pete have a team together.
Okay.
Edwin and Lindor have one together.
Love that.
Yep. Who else? Tyrone Taylor's in there.
Big football guy.
Yes. Ryan Stanek is in there.
Okay.
And Langy and Otto have a team together.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just we got a bunch of guys. It was a fun night when we got to draft, and it's
live draft.
Looking forward to it next year.
Live draft party.
Live draft party.
You know, it's funny to think of a world where instead of a push notification or something that Juan Soto is going to the Mets is they just see it in their fantasy football message board of what did you guys happen? It's news that just dropped.
Well, Rack's the commissioner, so he makes sure that everything's up to date. So I don't know how he does it, but he's great at it too.
All right, so spill the tea on this fantasy league, because we asked David this when we talked with him in July about real life trades, and if there's a GM out there who is like that fantasy owner who makes just the most absurd trade offers where it's like, dude, lose my number, leave me alone. So which of these co-owner teams is making the most bogus trade offers in this league?
I don't know if we had too many trades this year, but I know that Tyrone Taylor came up with at least one trade a week. He was trying so
He's
hard.
that guy in the league.
Yeah, he was trying so hard to get Puka Nacua from us, even when he was hurt. I can't. This guy's too good. And he kept trying and throwing stuff at us. And I think he finally got the message that we weren't going to trade him.
Yeah, good call hanging on the Puka. He's turned into quite the keeper.
Yeah. Well, why don't we talk about this Mets season 2024 that we just passed? And obviously, even all this time later, it's still such an incredible year. What was it like for you just being a part of this historic season and just seeing it from from that day all the way to the end of the season?
Well, I mean, the way that we got in with the game against the Braves, I mean, that's something that I don't think any of us will ever forget. Emotions, that was crazy. And then, I've been trying to explain to people all season what it was like, how it went, and I just couldn't. I can't find the words to be explain exactly how it was. Like fans living and dying on every pitch and every hit. It's like it was like a walk-off home run, even if it was single in the second inning. It's like, all right, here we go. It was unbelievable, something I'll never forget. And I can begin to explain how happy I was to be a part of it.
Now, there were some big late inning moments in all of these series. The Atlanta game, obviously, Francisco's homer, Pete's homer, the Lindor grand slam. And Vito and I have been debating what the biggest ones are. I think Pete's homer.
Yeah,
I still watch the video.
I said Lindor's.
And I can't. Lindor in Atlanta. That's
Lindor in
his
Atlanta.
answer.
Yeah.
I still watch the video
What
of
about
Pete's
Lindor
homer.
against the Phillies?
Well, it's tough. I mean, it was like
There's so many.
That's right.
The Mets just kept one-upping themselves. But we had heard from David that you guys in the bullpen, there was a little bit Notre Dame happening out there. Like guys were calling the moments before they happened. So I wanted to check in with you since you're obviously out there. You're our boots on the ground.
Okay.
What was actually happening when it came to making predictions of these moments, and who was the Notre Dame?
I think we all try to feel like you're like, man, I got this gut instinct that something crazy is going to happen right now. Drew Smith threw his hat down in Milwaukee right when Pete came up to bat, and obviously we all know how that turned out. That was it. Liz Flynn, the team photographer, got unbelievable pictures of us just celebrating all the home runs
through the chain link fences.
Yeah, the one of Drew up against the chain link fence crying.
So we were trying to be out there, like, cheering our guys on from as far away as anybody possibly on the field could be. So I think everybody would take their shot and call a home run, and if it happened, great. If not, tough luck.
Yeah.
Somebody else would step up in another big situation, throw their hat down, and see what happens. So
the image of Lange when the ball sailed over Frelick's glove and over the wall in Milwaukee.
Yeah, Rack.
It was Rack. It was Rack. I thought it was Lange. I thought it was Lange for some reason. Just him jumping up and down. And he had a great perspective. Like, I'm sure he knew that ball was gone. When you're watching on TV, Pete knew it was gone right off the bat. Mm-hmm. On TV, before they cut the camera to the outfield perspective and you saw Frelick kind of going back and he had no play on it, it was a low-line driver. You didn't know. But then I'm watching Rack's reaction, and it's like, oh, my God, he did it. He did. It must have. I can't even imagine what it must have been like to be in the bullpen for that moment.
It was crazy. I mean, pandemonium, chaos. Guys are throwing drinks up in the air. We're all jumping up and down. There for a while, like if somebody did hit a home run when there was a hat toss, we would all get in a circle and like kind of dance around it and stuff like that. So that's
the good stuff.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun. We had a blast.
So, Clay Holmes just had his press conference yesterday, and we're talking about this chemistry you guys had and how cool it is to be a part of this team. He actually brought up in the press conference, like, how the culture here looked like an incredible thing to be a part of. Do you guys like hold like a kind of an honor, like a respect to see guys actually go out and say, this is a place that players want to go?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, that's huge. If you got guys who want to be a part of something that's being built, like, I think it all started, obviously, everybody talks about the team meeting and everybody talks about the stuff that happened in April and May. And I think we just all came together and just decided to just kind of let loose and have fun. Hold each other accountable and everybody, like, make sure everybody's putting in the work. But I think from the start, it was just, let's kind of let go and just stop having so much pressure on us and see what happens. And it ended up being great. I think Lindor kind of set the example, and we had great veteran leaders in the clubhouse who were there and showed us that it's possible to just not stress out about everything all the time and just go out there and have fun.
And pressure, as many guys say, is a privilege. Getting to pitch in those high leverage postseason spots, like that's why you show up in February. You guys put the work in the offseason, and then pitchers and catchers. And people don't realize it's like a 10-month journey. It's not just the opening day through. Yeah. But you were on the mound in a lot of high leverage spots in the playoffs, and you came through time and time again. You were an absolute ace out of the bullpen. Right. What was your experience like pitching in those moments, really for the first time as a big leaguer? Like, I can't even imagine what it must be like with 42,000 Mets fans, with a chance to close out the Phillies here at Citi Field, and you're just throwing out after out, zero after zero.
I think, like, if you go back and watch the first game that I pitched in Milwaukee, I was so amped up and like my adrenaline was running, and it was I gave up a hit to Gary Sanchez and then got an out, and then they pinch ran and they threw him out at second, and Albie threw him out at second, and then I got a strikeout to end the inning, and like I was so excited to get 3 outs in the playoffs that I just kind of like screamed at the top of my lungs, and it kind of walked off the mound. And if you look, you'll see Albie being like, "Hey man, calm down. You might have to go back out next inning." Obviously, I didn't, which was great, but yeah, I think it's something that we all dream about and we all want to do as a kid, and getting the opportunity to do it in real life. It's there are no words for it. It's just a privilege and an honor. And it's, I can't even begin to explain it, how excited I was for it.
Well, let's talk 2024 strikeouts. Like, just tell us, what are your favorite strikeouts you had in this season?
Oh man. I think the 3 against the Dodgers when I got my first save, that was awesome. There was the one to Rhys Hoskins in the playoffs, just to get the 3rd out, complete an inning in the playoffs. And then there was 2 against the Phillies and the DS, Castellanos and JT Realmuto with Harper on second base. It's a close game. We're only down by 1, so I was just trying to get a couple outs there.
It was game 4, right?
Yeah, game 4. So
yeah, that's right. You kept that inning. It was only the 1 run on the little chopper, and then you stopped the bleeding right there.
Yes, and then Freddie Freeman
caught him
bases loaded,
frozen, right?
That was cool. So
Dude,
those are the big ones for me this year.
This question is a lot more fun in the offseason to ask, because like we asked Edwin that question, like, oh, like who are your favorite guys to strike out? And he was like, Bryce Harper's my favorite guy to strike out. And then literally that weekend, like it was like
Bryce came up.
I think it was twice. Bottom of the top of the ninth.
Yeah.
And me and John were texting each other, and we were like,
well, we put the episode out.
We put the episode out that day, and we were like, oh my God, what's going to happen right now?
That's right.
So like this, it's a lot low pressure here where we don't have to worry that we're jinxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This place was a madhouse. It was I mean, what did the fan environment mean to all you guys? Just in the bullpen, on the mound, in the dugout?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, from the start, when they were introducing our names at the first home games of the series, wild. Like just hearing guys yell for the starting lineups is chills. Like I'm getting chills right now thinking about it. Living and dying on every pitch, like huge outs and big situations. The grand slam. I was in the clubhouse when Lindor hit the grand slam against the Phillies, and like you could feel the stadium shaking from inside the clubhouse. And you're like, this is wild. I mean, how many people stayed around after when we were out on the field after we clinched?
Like 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. It was awesome. Stuff that I'll never. I mean, you can't even begin to explain it. So,
all right. So on that topic, which was your favorite of the champagne celebrations?
Because
they were all different.
They were different.
Atlanta's like we accomplished this incredible goal. Look what we overcame.
Yeah.
Milwaukee was like, you guys were down to your final out. You were in a bad spot after they go up 2-0, and then you still figure it out, pull it out. And then the Phillies, you beat the big rival, the first ever clinch here at Citi Field, just absolute pandemonium.
Yeah.
So like they all brought something to the table, but it's for you to answer.
Is that on? Like, were you guys aware of what was on the line with the sense of this team has never clinched at home before? Like it's never happened at this ballpark.
There've been some rumblings. We heard it.
Also, Zach Wheeler was looming in Game 5 back at the bank. True. That was also not good.
There were some rumblings. Some people who've been around here and had some chances to make playoff runs who had talked about it. We knew. I think probably the one here at Citi Field was probably the best. Just because we got to share the experience with the fans and got to do it at home. All of our families and stuff were here, but like you said, all of them were memorable. I mean, you had the playoff pumpkin in Milwaukee. Atlanta was like the biggest emotional roller coaster that any of us have ever been a part of. And then we had to play a second game after that. Everybody forgets it. Like we had to go back out and play another 9 innings after that.
But how did it I mean, like, obviously you guys are ball players, you're professional athletes, but like, it also, there has to be an aspect where it is hard to focus when you're like, the goal was accomplished. Like we did it, like we're here. And then like, obviously you guys went out there and it was a good game. And like, but like, you're just looking ahead. You're like, we did it. Like this 162 game season is about to end and we're going farther.
Yeah, exactly. I think everybody works to train that switch of like, all right, you can turn it off and turn it on. So we turned it off for the 30 minutes before in between games and then had to turn it right back on. So I think that's something that we've kind of trained and are capable of doing.
That was, I mean, what was so crazy is you guys both, you and the Braves, both clinch. You both win a game and you guys are both moving on. I know there were the handshakes kind of after the game between the two teams, which no one ever thought we would see.
Yeah.
And it also determined who was going where. If the Mets had won game 2, they were going to go to San Diego and the Braves would have gone to Milwaukee. So that kind of had some implications as well. But then like you guys had to get on a plane and you had business to attend to. You had game 1 of the wild card round 24 hours later. Like, I feel like, I know you guys enjoyed it.
What about, I mean, you got to remember too that we were in Milwaukee for 3 games before.
Dude, I was there for the Saturday
and
game.
Played 2 in Atlanta and then had to fly back. So yeah, it was the last 2 months of the season for us were a grind, but we stuck our nose in it and got after it.
What was the packing like? Because you guys were going to be on the road for some sort of indefinite amount of time.
Yeah. I think it was packed for like 3 weeks.
There's a lot of people around here that just threw like everything they own in a suitcase and we're like, all right.
Hunter was one of them.
Guess we'll see where this goes.
My family and all of our families were just stayed a week in the hotel in Milwaukee, and it was just like, I think that everybody was just like, all right, let's get out of here, because a lot of everybody came for like the last years in Milwaukee because we didn't know where we were going, and they ended up just like living out of a suitcase in a hotel room for a week, and thankful for the people at the hotel at the Pfister, and they took care of our families, but yeah, is
that the haunted hotel?
Sure is.
I was going to say that sounds familiar.
And people don't like. So we also borrowed the bellhop jackets for like a little rookie dress up, and the guys who had less than 3 years of service time, we had to like put the bellhop jackets on. We were getting bags up to the guys' rooms.
Oh my god,
it was fun.
Well, remember
it.
Jesse Winker told us he went ghost hunting with his daughter.
Okay,
after in the hotel.
That's great.
That's the one Mookie Betts refuses to stay at. I think
I didn't have any issues there.
No,
I enjoyed it. It was a nice hotel.
Downtown Milwaukee is very underrated.
Yeah,
I know that you guys wanted to get out of there eventually.
Facts. Yeah, we want to get out of there.
Totally understand that.
Did you see? So game 1 in Philly, NLDS. Obviously, you guys were there, but did you get to see the footage? Like me and John were here at Citi Field watching it at the watch party. And
a couple glizzies, couple Coors Lights.
We had $5 Coors Lights for that game. It was a really nice deal. We were having a good time. But like that ballpark was one of the loudest games I'd been to, and you guys were not there.
Oh,
for the watch parties.
Yeah, I mean, we all saw the video of Pete's home run and how everybody responded to that. It just kind of gives a testament to who our fans are. How much they took the time out of their lives to drive to the stadium to watch it on a video board. Like people could have just stayed at home, but they wanted to be around like other Mets fans and enjoy the time and kind of celebrate it with each other. So it's really, really cool.
I had FOMO. You weren't there also for the Pete one, right? Game 3 Milwaukee.
No, I was at home.
Right. Yeah, it was Rosh Hashanah. That's right. Yeah.
We were talking.
But yeah, I mean, you pitched in game 1 in Philly also.
Yes.
Yeah. Because that was the bullpen game.
Yeah.
Where you guys just kept it close the entire game. And then the 8th inning, Alvy leads it off with the single and the floodgates opened.
Wow.
That was low key one of my favorite games of the whole run because I think especially Schwarber hitting the leadoff home run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, Red October. And that was their first playoff game. You guys were already hot because you had gone to Milwaukee and you were in the swing of things. And everyone, talks about that layoff. It could be detrimental to a team. Mm-hmm. Schwarber hits that homer 800 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the bank was rocking.
It's like, well,
yeah.
It was loud.
I'm sure the bank was rocking.
And we're out there behind enemy lines too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because their bullpen is in center field,
that's
surrounded by stands.
Yeah. And you guys are on the top one, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It used to be different there. The Phillies used to have the top one.
Okay.
And I think Billy Wagner, when he was a Philly, asked them to swap it because the Philly fans, they get a little bit ornery sometimes. Just what I heard. And so the Phillies asked them to swap it.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would ever have the Phillies closest to the fans in the first place.
Crazy. It's far. It's deep out there.
Yeah.
You're squinting to try to see the game and stuff.
And you're right. That's Ashburn Alley out there.
Do you remember the old bullpen here, the way it used to be configured? So at Citi Field, they changed it because now it goes out that way.
Yeah.
It used to be, if where you can see the fans at the back, that used to just be the visiting bullpen flat against that, and they were the only ones you could see.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because I remember it was the heyday of Brian Wilson, and like Giants games, fans would like show up and just like sit out there to watch Brian Wilson get ready.
So what are some of your favorite bullpens? I know Chicago's unique because it's kind of an indoor underground situation.
Chicago's inside. San Diego's nice. It's a nice bullpen, but that's another one where like you're really far away.
What are the on-field bullpens like?
The worst. The worst.
Oakland was the only one that remained, right? And now that's gone.
Tampa Bay.
Oh, that's right, Tampa Bay.
Because like if you're warming up and say you spike one or you throw one wide and everybody's saying time and the game stops and everybody's looking down at you, like, dang it.
That's like us in the control room and you don't like fly the at-bat graphic in time and the batter calls time and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Are we going to get fined for that?
I think really if there's a place to like kind of, so Texas, the new stadium in Texas has probably the best bullpen in the league. It's wide. There's plenty of room. They've got like a little room to the side where like you can go sit down and watch the game inside on the TV. I think those kind of rooms are great. Pittsburgh's tough because it's hot. Like if you played a day game in Pittsburgh, you're in center field. There's no shade. There's nowhere to hide. You're out there and you're just like, man, it's hot. It's way too hot.
Guys played a lot of day games in Pittsburgh on that trip.
Yeah.
That was right after July 4th.
How many are there still a lot of like you like climb up and you watch on like the high up? Yeah.
The Nationals have one. That one's nice because you can see the whole field. I think that's kind of like how I would rate bullpens. It's like view, space to move around, and a spot to like kind of escape and kind of like watch the game on TV inside.
Who went up? Was it in Denver or was it in LA? Joel in Colorado. Remember he went onto the waterfall?
Oh,
I don't remember that. What was it?
It was in 22 or 21. Yeah, he went up into the waterfall, just watched the game from there.
That's crazy.
I like a bullpen where I could see it on the TV view, where I can see your guys' reaction.
Okay.
Like Cespedes hit a huge home run in DC in 2015.
Yeah.
And like you could see the guys in the bullpen. First of all, it tips you off the ball's going out.
Yeah.
Because like we were talking about with the Pete home run, you guys have the perspective like an outfielder. Once you see the outfielder stop and look, gone, see ya. And so Cespedes hit the homer and like the guys are jumping, going crazy. That happened also this year when you guys were down there late June, early July. JD hit the home run in extras.
Yep.
And then Jose hit a homer and then Pete the next night hit a homer.
Yep.
And you guys just seeing the raw celebration with the bullpen. It's fun.
It's great.
It's a lot of fun.
And you can a lot of times you can hear it. Like it sounds different when a guy makes good contact.
Right.
Like, man, it sounds different. You're out there watching it. You're like, all right, it's got it, and it's gone.
What about some antics in the bullpen? I mean, I know you guys got to, sometimes cover 9 innings when you're not going in the game. So you guys, I'm sure, have a little fun out there.
Yeah. I mean, we try to just be as relaxed as possible. Because if not, then you're just down there stressing the whole time. I think, we're just out there. Like the hat game is great. Like, cause everybody's just trying to have fun. And then just talking about current events in life and stuff and just enjoying it. Yeah.
And speaking of life, saw on Instagram a couple nights ago.
Yes.
My man over here is a chef. Saw some chicken parm.
I did.
Looked really good, number one.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm sure it tasted just as good as it looked.
It's great.
Are you a big chef?
I like to try it. I'd like to give it a shot.
I'm in that boat. I'm in the same boat.
I've got like 4 things that I know I can make really good.
What are they?
I make homemade biscuits, which are fantastic.
You're gonna have to bring some in.
Chicken wings. I got this whole thing about like, all right, I cook them on the Traeger for a little bit of time, then I sauce them up, close the lid, and then put them on the gas grill to like crisp them up a little bit, and then that's good.
Barbecue buffalo. What are you talking?
Dry rub, maybe.
So I actually make like there's a yum yum sauce. So it's like a little bit of an Asian flair to it. That's homemade as well.
Did you bring that from your time in Asia?
No.
Okay.
No. But I guess maybe the taste for it or I think, but I didn't bring the recipe home from there. I like to grill some steaks, little like pulled pork, more of a grill guy than anything. But that was the first time I made chicken parm.
Well, Reed Garrett's an Italian name.
Oh man. But it was the first time I did it. And I was like, you know what, let's just give it a shot. And it turned out pretty good. So
all right. Are you a Blackstone guy?
No.
Traeger. Blackstone's awesome, man. I'm just if you're looking for a new a Christmas gift, a little kitchen tool, although you put it outside, not inside. Yeah. No, it's not.
We had a week.
Yeah, you could easily get.
We got a week today.
Yeah. Did you not cover? Did you not get? Are you not done yet?
My wife is the best Christmas shopper there is.
Okay. Yeah. Did you get her yet?
Yes.
Don't say it. But okay, good. I did mine.
Good.
I'm the last second shopper.
Yeah,
have to be.
That's not good.
Why not?
Sometimes it's not in stock.
Oh no, it's
This guy's crazy. All right, we're talking about the holidays. I want to run down some Christmas tree questions with you. All right. Number one, white lights or colorful lights?
So traditionally we have done colored lights, or maybe we've done white lights in the house.
But what do you want?
Outside is a little taste of tackiness. I like the
fat ones that are like that.
Big colored bulbs. Just kind of wrap them around the lining on the porch, kind of like case it out so that way everybody can see it. We actually did colored lights on the Christmas tree this year.
Blue and orange,
because kids love that, right?
Yeah, and it's great. It's nice. Like I thought it would be kind of tackier or whatever, but it's like it's inviting when you're sitting at home and there's no lights on in the house and just the Christmas trees on. You got the fire on. You're watching TV, sitting on the couch. The colored lights have been nice.
Now you can. So I'm a colorful lights guy. My wife thinks it's tacky and is all about the white warm lights. We got the ones that switch.
Ooh.
So really, they make
compromise.
They make those. So like some days she's like, I'll throw you a bone. We could throw on the colorful lights. All right, next one. Ornaments. Are you like fun, like memorable, like different things, or are you just classic balls, classic like dongles, stuff like that?
I think we're more of like a fun, like kind of collectibles. I think I've got some from 1994 that I made or 1995 that I made in preschool. And my wife's got like some stuff that she had as a kid. And now we're collecting stuff from our kids that they're making. So I think it's more like, all right, I take a couple of mine down so I can put the Polar Express one that my son made at school and hang that up. But like the classic balls one, that's just kind of like,
I look at those as fillers.
Yes.
Like I'm not going to do a whole tree of the like.
By the way, I have
fun ones.
nothing to do with this conversation at all.
All right. Real tree or fake tree?
Real tree downstairs, fake tree upstairs.
Wait, you have two trees?
Yeah, we have like a room over the garage that we like to put a Christmas tree in there. But we do this whole thing about there's a small farm that we go to and bring the whole family out, kind of Clark Griswold it, cut down.
You chop it down?
Oh yeah.
I feel like such a
you didn't chop it down?
Well, no, I went to a guy by a bank.
You didn't get your axe out?
It's a little different here. You know, it's kind of hard to find a tree. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find a tree.
How early do you start the tree finding process? Again, I don't really know much about this, any of this, so I'm really curious about the tree finding process and selecting it and the criteria you're judging a tree upon.
Well, how tall is your tree usually?
It's 7 feet.
Okay.
7.5, anywhere between 7 and 8 feet. It's kind of like the money spot for us. It's more of
balsam fir.
I don't know. I'm not. What's the other ones like Douglas?
Balsam fir and I forgot the other one.
Are these genres of trees?
Yeah, they tell you when you go. They're like, this one's this much money. This one's this much money. One has like a more of like a green tint, and the other one is like a more of like a dark green.
I think what we look for is like, are the branches sturdy enough to hold ornaments?
That makes sense.
It's a big one.
Is it full? Does it have like bald spots in one side?
No
like where's that
here.
Going to the corner, and then overall shape of the tree. Sometimes
triangle.
So you want the
nice V, reverse V.
Yeah, or you don't want the super fat ones that are like short, like
take
up too much space and all that stuff.
All right, I have one. How long do you keep the tree up? Like Christmas Day comes, it goes. We got Boxing Day on December 26th, big day for soccer.
We're out of here before New Year's.
Before New Year's,
really? Yeah,
interesting. I feel like you keep it up because New Year's is still part of the holiday season for sure.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's right after New Year's.
Okay,
but I think it's the start of the new year. I think it's tree comes down. We're out of here. Most of the time too, we burn it.
You burn it,
yeah,
like a controlled fire.
They do.
Well, they're very flammable. That's why they're very dangerous.
Yeah, they go up quick.
All right, another question on the topic of New Year's. How late is too late to wish someone a happy New Year?
Man, that's a tough question.
It's a hot topic.
February 1st.
February 1st. Do you think January 27th you could still be saying Happy New Year to somebody?
Well, I mean, if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, it's only 27 out of 365.
It's a low percentage.
But what if, like, how about this? Like, we see you.
It's a fair point.
First time we see you after the New Year is going to be in Port St. Lucie, right?
Yeah.
Like, are we going to say Happy New Year to each other as like a nod to also like new season, new year?
Hey.
That's different though, because it is our new year. Our new year is beginning.
I like to throw a Happy New Year to people on opening day.
That's fair.
I like to be like, hey, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of New Year's. What about your birthday? By the way, it's his birthday today.
It is.
It's a New Year for Vita.
It is my birthday.
No way. Happy birthday.
Thank you, man.
I feel honored to be part of your birthday.
Dude, you're my guy.
Yeah.
You know, Reed came up to me and congratulated me on catching a foul ball during the season.
Oh, my. Well, yeah, what'd you take on that? This guy wouldn't give it to the kid.
I didn't fight a kid.
You didn't read that part. Interesting. You left that part out.
I caught it, and then the kid came up 10 rows away and was like, "Can I have the ball?" And I'd never caught one before.
Yeah, I think you're close enough where you can grab another one and hand it to him. I think you should celebrate the fact that you caught one.
That's what Hefner said, and I was just like, I don't think you guys get it, like, because you're like in it.
Yeah.
You go to a game all the time and you've never caught. It's just about catching one.
Yeah.
I've never caught one.
That's fine, but then give it to the kid who's going to remember it for the rest of their life.
No, that kid's parents shouldn't be like, you shouldn't be telling your kid go like 10 rows back.
How do you know that? How do you know
Did
parents encourage it?
Did he say please?
Huh?
Did he say please?
He said, "Hey, mister, can I have your ball?" And I said,
is that a direct quote?
Yeah, I said, very
Hey,
nicely. I said, "Hey, I'm really sorry." I said, "I've never caught one before. I've always wanted one. I'm going to keep this one."
And then the kid went back to his parents and cried.
Or did you tell him to kick rocks into that?
No. I was honestly like, look, I was pumped. I caught it. I'm not going to lie. I've never caught one. I've always wanted to.
Yeah.
My wife was like, the picture she took of me was literally like the seconds I took it, and I couldn't believe it. But Reed came up to me and was like, "Hey, congrats on the ball." And then I was like, "That was really nice of Reed." And then for the next 20 minutes, I was like, I wonder if he was making fun of me.
No, that's great. Like, seriously, you're one of 40,000 seats, right?
Yeah.
It found you. That ball was destined for you.
It was Kyle Schwarber off Edwin Diaz in the 9th inning.
What game was it? Was it the Sunday night game?
Thursday. The wild
Fox game.
Yeah.
The Alvarez homer.
All right, I have 2 more Christmas questions for you. One favorite Christmas special.
Christmas
You
special?
mean like movie?
TV. No, TV special, because then I'm going to ask movie.
Nah, I don't know.
You're not a TV? You're not like Rudolph? You're not like Frosty? None of that?
Like the claymation movies?
Yeah.
They're all right.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all right. I think if I'm going to rate my Christmas things.
Okay, let's do that.
I
like that.
Jim Carrey, The Grinch.
Yeah, classic.
#1. Like, that's the best Christmas movie in my book.
That's the live one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen half of that one.
Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Great.
You referenced Clark Griswold before,
yes.
so
I haven't seen that.
And then third movie, 4 Christmases.
Dude,
I haven't seen that.
The opening scene of that movie
Hilarious.
is at the club is great, and then the nativity scene of like somebody swaddle that bait. Like,
I had never seen that movie until my wife showed it to me. Like, one of the first couple of years that we were married, and it's hilarious.
How about Jingle All the Way? Arnold Schwarzenegger, the doll. You know what I'm talking about? That's a great one.
You're a dad. You don't got to worry. Don't you relate to it? Like trying to like find your kid a toy for the year.
You've seen the movie? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I can't say that I've seen.
Dude, you should
with
watch
Sinbad. That's a good one.
Yeah.
What about Santa Claus with Tim Allen?
Great.
What about I'll Be Home
Great
for
series.
Christmas? Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Can't say I've seen that one either.
I've only seen like 2. You know, I've never seen what's the one with Will Ferrell? Elf.
Elf's good.
People like to get mad at me for having Home Alone.
Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Is it Mission Impossible that people say is a Christmas movie?
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Right.
John doesn't see. Do you want to hear this? John saw Wicked a few weeks ago.
Yep.
And it was the first time he'd went to the theater since 2013.
7 years. Or not even 10 years.
12. 11.
11 years.
Yeah. Well, streaming.
What a math.
Well, I mean, you said 27 out of 365. You're crunching the numbers on that one. No, I mean, streaming changed the game. That's number 1. Number 2, I got baseball to watch in the summer. I got hockey to watch in the winter. I don't have time to be going to the movies.
Yeah, but there's some nice theaters out there that got the recliner.
So that was the thing, dude.
I'm
when
an
I
Iron
sat
guy.
down, he was giving me the heads up. He's like, yo, like the movie game has changed. First of all, when I heard that you pre-select a seat, like you purchase a seat, I never heard of that concept.
Yeah. I'm
I'm used to like going to the old fashioned Regal.
Like,
you show up and you pick your seat.
Look at the face Tommy's giving.
Not
him.
like that.
just
Then
squeezing by people. Excuse me.
we got the reclining seats, which is absolutely a game changer. So like I had a good experience, and I thought maybe I'll go see like that live action Lion King movie, Mufasa, I think it is.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go see that. But yeah, I don't like movies, and the video's going to tell you I don't like cheese.
Moana 2. That's a good one.
I haven't seen Moana 1 though.
Took the kids there.
Yeah. I haven't seen Moana 1.
Come on.
And he has a daughter.
Man. It's all right.
I'm working on it.
Well, Reed,
I'm working on it.
we know you got a busy day ahead of you. You got to see the city. We don't want to take up more of your time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in live. Reed, thank you for joining us on the podcast. Meet at the Apple. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Follow me on Twitter at Vito F. Calisi. John at JMB9191. Have a great holiday coming up next week. You and your family. Hope you have a great time. And Reed, hope you and your family have a great time. Thank you so much, dude.
Spring training before we know it. We'll see you soon.
That's right. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.